Hello everybody and welcome to our third game of the Grand Finals 2v2 Anniversary Classic. We have two games in the lead at this point. Double OKW again, Stuve and his teammate Kimbo.
And of course, in the north, we've got Scotch as the Brits and Nagano as the Brits. Everybody loves to play the Brits. By far the most played faction in competitive history. Nobody plays any other allied faction ever. Double Brits from the north. Look at those little helmets. Aren't they cute?
They are. Good detail on the Brits, actually. I really like this faction. Love the faction design.
Can you answer this riddle? Right.
Okay.
Those Tommy helmets, those famous kind of flat helmets, when they were first made in World War I, first steel helmets commonly issued to soldiers, there was a huge reduction in statistics for people getting shrapnel. Sorry, huge increase in people getting shrapnel wounds.
Right.
Loads more people got shrapnel wounds.
Right.
Let's just watch this one. This is very important.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's fine. As soon as he escapes, I will carry on with my point. Why did shrapnel wounds increase when helmets were introduced?
Is it their material? Did they get blown up and then fragment all
Yes,
over?
they were made of exploding helmets. That's right.
No, and yeah. Is that
The answer is because there were no longer any shrapnel fatalities.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, nice little one you can take home for you.
Well, now you know.
Family at Christmas. Anyway, we've got a very interesting tactical battle. It's game 3. Let's get into the meat of this battle now. It's starting to heat up. 1 minute 40 in. Folks Grenadiers pushing around Tommy's, one of which is going to get behind the boxes.
Yeah, it's
soft pedal away.
actually the Brits have done very little in this game to take their resources early on. In fact, we see double fuel at the moment for Axis at the start, and that's not good because it's going to allow them to rush mechanized.
There we go. Folks Grenadiers versus Tommy's here. We've been on about this for the past hour or so now, but this battle is the flavour of the series so far. Tommy's lose a model. One of the soldiers bites the dust. Folks Grenadiers with his Mauser Car 98Ks. Rapid fire. Great bolt action, one of the best bolt action designs ever. Tommy's are forced to retreat. One-man Folks Grenadier lingers perhaps for too long. No, just about himself.
Dangerous
Gets back.
Very dangerous. Ooh, that one-man retreating squad was nearly taken by Stu, and I think they've been communicating with each other there. There is a lot on the map in the start of this game that is in control of the Axis. It's a great start for double OKW on this map. Who does this map favour when it comes to OKW and Brits?
Oh, so difficult to say. I mean, Brits have a little bit of map usage they can make use of. They can put the mortar behind the tree line. That's a common strategy. But then again, the OKW can put their trucks behind their tree line on their half of the map, and they've got that natural... there you go. There it is perfectly shown. So the map does have that for both factions. To be honest, both factions really like to get sandbags up and play from behind because the Folks Grenadiers aren't the best unless they're, you know, en masse or in a prepared position. Tommy's, of course, are all about that. So, to be honest, it's roughly even. And it's very much dependent on, again, who makes the most aggressive pushes at the right time with the best strategy. It's a very interesting battle.
This is an interesting choice to get the Universal Carrier out at this time because we've already got one of the battle groupers up, Stu's battle grouper, sorry. And that means that there are Fausts available.
Alrighty, there we go. Sturmgewehr's blaring. Oh god, that's a bad retreat path. Look at that cohesive, gelatinous tactical battle group. Massacre out there. The Universal Carrier tries to save its life, actually body blocks its own unit a little bit there, but then, like a sheepdog, corrals the Folks Grenadiers and keeps them away. May
that's going to go
lose
down,
its life.
I think that'll go down.
Get down, Mr. President. Oh. Can you display the cost of that vehicle for us, Dan?
The cost of this vehicle, yeah, I sure can. 260 manpower down the drain. It was late on the field anyway, so an interesting one. Stuve has an awkward retreat of his own here. Will get away with the one model, and you can't blame them. Like, after those last 2 games, players must be starting to get tired now.
They must be. They absolutely must be. They are fresh today. This is the only series they are playing. Of course, they completed their quarter-final and semi-final yesterday. So, given the amount of practice they have had, you may think that endurance shouldn't be an issue. But what you're not factoring into things is just how hard the players are going in such a high-stakes battle. they're putting everything into it, and it leaves them starved of energy because they're throwing so much at each other.
Yeah, it's true. It's
survive there. Have to get field.
I love these like mass infantry games that go on at the start. You know, it's like no one's actually built anything else other than that universal carrier. It's just a battle for map control at the moment. Kimbo has a chance here to go behind enemy lines, perhaps get a full map decap.
Could do.
He's also going to flank the Vickers.
Oh, is he though? Is he? The Vickers just about got him on the peripheries of its cone of fire. Tommy's also come in to linebacker defend that cut-off attempt because they have gone west-east. Look at the map. Go on the tactical map down. It's a rarity that we see a west-east split on Crossing in the Woods. It's now crossing on the road, bridge crossing, something like that. It's inverted regardless. 90 degrees perpendicular.
What we do know is it won't stay like that for long. We do have MGs on the field. MG42 and the Vickers. But let's have a look at teching. We've got Puma is going to be the first one out for Kimbo. He did this in the last game. I actually think he's always building the Puma. But
it's not bad, you know. And to be honest, with the machine guns doing a good job against infantry thanks to a few little tweaks this year, Puma's doing not bad against infantry. It's not great, but it's quite mobile.
I guess that if your infantry are already winning all the engagements and you don't need that added anti-infantry first from the nukes, then yeah, it's a good idea to have your AT invested in this unit. No snares for the Brits, of course. This Puma is entirely safe and everything other than mines.
That's another great point, you know. It can act with impunity and right. Look at it pushing Tommies around, waiting for the French Grenadiers to get into battle. More coming into your picture right now. Kimbo forcing the Tommies out with infiltration grenades, which didn't actually do that much. They all just gather outside the entrance and then they delayed their exit.
Yeah, I think he knew that it wasn't going to. It's going to be on the retreat path, so he stayed in the building. Clever.
There we go.
There's nothing to fear for this Puma. More than happy to just go up and harass the MG.
The pick your own Puma adventure, doing whatever it wants to do. All living in a Puma wonderland. Here we go.
Incendiary grenade on that green cover position. The Tommies will have to move away, but there are a lot of Tommies in that area. They're desperate to keep hold of their fuel.
We've got the Vickers there doing a good job against Foch Grenadiers. I mean, here's the base artillery, is it? Is ND seemingly firing at nothing.
Is this the counter to the Puma?
Look, it's already gotten 3 kills. It could be, I tell you. Could be. Oh, boy. Mine here is going to be detonated by those Royal Engineers, thanks to them having the M2 flamethrower instead of the Minesweeper. There you go. 2 men drop, and Puma could pick up another. Yes, it does indeed. Turret traverses.
Loving the choice of the ISG, of course. That's going to be Stuve again. He went double ISG in the last game, but taking advantage of Brits fighting very static engagements in cover positions. Really good unit. And look at this. Kimbo is pushing the models away with the Puma so that they can't fire back, and then following up with close range damage from the Stern Pioneer.
Didn't quite work in that case, but he's been doing it all game. This he's just showing as a masterclass in Puma play there. Not using it as an anti-tank vehicle, just using it to harass the Brits. Very situational, but here's the 6-pounder, 1 more shot required. Will it get it? He's attack grounding. Oh, couldn't quite get it off in time.
Got to defend that AT gun now. 4 Volks Grenadiers pursuing up the right-hand side, but let's have a look at Stuve. He tries to hold off Nagano and Scotch on the left whilst Kimbo's playing with the Puma. And bolstered squads again. We saw this in the last game. And to be fair to Scotch and Nagano, I don't think their Brit strategy was good in the early game of the previous game.
No.
But it did pick up again, so not too worried right now.
Very good point. It's all about the slow crawl and slow dominance that evolves over the course of battle. Vickers suppressing multiple Foch Grenadier squads here. That is the disadvantages of a gelatinous, homogeneous tactical battle group. When it's so cohesive, it can get suppressed instantly. Why many people call for MGs to be removed from the game to allow people to use these impressive formations more effectively.
I'm actually perfectly happy with MGs suppressing, thank you. But yeah, here we go. Is sniper on the field for Scotch. Scotch is a good sniper player actually. When it comes to Nagano. Scotch playing. He's always been the one to take that sniper role and play it very well. Royal Artillery Regiment for Brits. This, I think, is quite underused as a commander, but it's a great commander, I think, for a number of reasons. This concentrated barrage, 100 munitions for your base artillery to fire, so you don't have to rely on the infantry so much. But the Valentine works like the infrared half-track. Now, the Valentine, infrared half-track is banned from this event. But is the Valentine?
Yes, it is indeed. It's the other one. Due to a very small bug, meaning that it keeps constantly scanning once it's tagged a model.
Which is a shame to pick it as commander then.
Yes.
Pioneers standing by. We can now erect heavy field fortifications.
There we go. We're just hearing that fortifications doctrine has been chosen for Stuve. We saw this again in the last game. No change between Kimbo and Stuve's tactics here. And Nagano, bear in mind, he's gone for the Royal Engineer Regiment, so we're going to be looking at the AVRE later on in this game.
Here comes the Puma. Oh, trying to destroy the cover and find its way round. No, it isn't. It's just going into AT gun fire. But look, it gets the bonus to the road. Constant pressure being applied, allowing that savage 15-man party to come into position. Here's the ISG. Ooh, that could have been worse, I tell you. Let's have a look at the 15-man party.
Here it is. Yeah, absolutely cleared that side. Where is the base artillery firing at the moment? I think it looks like it's over here, actually, on this MG position.
Just keeping it there for now. Keep capping. Don't walk into fire. Not a bad idea. Puma's gone all the way into base. Kimbo's on the rampage this game. Almost seems like he's had an awakening. He's played that much this game over the past couple of years. He's become such a good player, and now he's just so fluid.
He's trying to smoke the Vulcan Grenadiers into the face.
He's amazing. Look, oh my God! Infiltration grenade in the base. He's infiltrated deep within enemy territory. What a cool maneuver that was! To do it in the grand final as well.
I know. What a stage for that.
What a guy!
Pulled off the smoke, and of course the base gun here is facing a different direction, so no help from that whatsoever. Shame you didn't get more with that, to be honest.
That would have been devastating. Could you imagine?
It would have been fantastic to see. Yeah.
I would have been, for my money, if he'd gotten all 4 squads there, probably pound for pound the greatest thing that a player's ever done in Conan Heroes. Because for the most money in the biggest 2 versus 2 stage ever, that would have been a big one. Can you imagine?
It would have been a big one, yeah. And I think that could have been a closer for the series as well. There's potential for it, yeah, for sure.
Here we go, Foch Grenadiers gunning down the Tommies like the dogs they are. Decent battle so far. Just a nice little mine there. Just stopping any tanks just at the top of your picture. Flanking. Here we've got Foch Grenadiers versus Tommies.
Everyone had to run away from that one.
Get 25% friendly fire damage in this game, so it could have actually hurt.
ISG's firing again. Barry's on turret, clear the area.
Exact same mine's been placed in the exact same place again in the crater of the previous mine and killed 2 sappers again, and that isn't deja vu, that's just happened twice this very game.
The company command post
Surprise burst from the Stern Pioneers. They want to wipe the sappers here and maybe pick up the flamethrower if the weapon is dropped. Got to be careful though because the Brits are firing. It's got a long retreat through negative cover. There are Volks Grenadiers to support. Where is this artillery firing right now? Here it is over the side of the map.
Oh! Nearly hits us in the face.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Foch Grenadiers again going for the central victory point. Elsewhere in the west, it looks like the snipers opening up against these soldiers, forcing them away.
Been good flanks and good pushes into enemy territory by Kimbo. Also, by going for this territory here, he's actually going to disconnect the fuel. So any efforts to connect fuel right now from Nagano are going to be instantly nulled. In fact, that's not going to happen now because he left the territory. Stuka in the base, by the way. This could be big.
Oh, it could be. That is insult to injury, but fortunately for Nagano, it wasn't quite as damaging, perhaps, as Kimbo may have wanted it to be.
The capture point is being overrun.
You don't really expect Nagano to be in these situations where where he's seemingly struggling so much. Scotch is trying to keep his own on this side, but of course when Nagano gets pushed back into the base, there is the chance that Kimbo and Stuve can double up and push him off the map. So Nagano needs to get his act together and potentially go into the middle. He has just teched up and brought on the Centaur. I think a good unit to help clear off all these infantry pushes.
It is indeed. It's a good unit for many an occasion. It should help them protect themselves against the swarms of Foch Grenadiers. Case in point, two-man Foch Grenadier biting the dust, surely about to die. It'll be a miraculous retreat, and no, indeed, they fall where they stand.
Yeah, that was exactly what they needed to get them back into the game. Great unit choice, great teching selection by Nagano, and with that, they will be able to reclaim the territory. Double fuel now for allies, so it's time to start regaining some of what is lost. Tier 4 is now in the base for Stuve. He has gone fortifications again, so we might expect artillery. And what was that?
That was a great ISG shot, I believe.
Not on the Stern Pioneers.
Oh, my bad.
Have
they haven't got grenades?
No, I think that was literally just the sniper and two very good shots from the rifles.
Good.
Oh, Centaur on the retreat as well.
Ooh, one big salvo perhaps. Oh, so close. Not quite close enough though. Here comes the Puma around the corner, looking for a big shot.
That was a nicely timed Faust.
It was.
And Sapper's very late on the retreat. They're going to lose the squad with the flamethrower investment.
Cromwell can't make that shot though. That's outside its range across the pond there. And Centaur's forced away. Schwer gets the kill. Oh.
Yeah, do you know what? Like for Allies, Nagano and Scotch pulled back loads of the map. In fact, it's a complete turnaround from what we saw not long ago. But they need to not lose units now. They've still got to play safely. This is not a time for gambles. They don't even have a game to fall back on now. Losing at any point in the rest of these finals is GG.
This is their last chance. Their last chance and their last stand, because they are in last chance saloon. And it's a very uncompromising position to be in. They can't afford to make any big mistakes. Let's have a look at the stats.
Stuve doesn't appear to be doing too well on the KD, to be honest.
He doesn't, but he's Kimbo is having a fantastic game, seemingly. Saying that the slow creep of the Brits is starting to take effect, so they're not doing too badly now. They've got triple calf on the way. The Cromwell's out, the Centaur's out, the Snipers firing, the 6-pounders are protecting.
Scotch is doing very well, I have to say. Scotch has held his own. Even when Nagano hasn't been on the field, Scotch has been there. And also he's getting a lot of work done taking over the resource points on the left.
Yeah, it's not in a bad game. Scotch can't win tournaments without being one of the best 2v2 players ever, and he's certainly proven that in the past. MG34 firing, forcing the Tommies down behind the log piles. Here comes Stukesov's first 6 bombs of the game. It could be a good one. Oh, and it was very good indeed.
The gun is not crewed.
Crew are destroyed of the 6-pounder, and 2 men of the Vickers bite the dust.
Threatening a capture point.
Yeah, very good Stuka hit. First one's always a surprise. Centaur comes in. Centaur's actually really good against the Puma too. 80 gun was just destroyed then by the Raketten. Less than ideal. That means Nagano has to reinvest that manpower to get AT back on the field. Late retreat here from the Stern Pioneers.
Cromwell could finish them off. Misses.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Meanwhile, Tommies are losing out to this. Here comes the Centaur to try and equalise the situation. Can't quite do it. Looks like the victory point will fall into Kimbo's hands.
Centaur's now wrestling T1. Love to see that ability. I think the Centaur has been upgraded to a command vehicle as well, so we have access to some recon and buffing abilities. There's already a Panther on the field for the Axis.
The new engineer section is waiting for orders.
There we go. Some call it a prototype for the main battle tank, but it does look very futuristic. Here we go. We've got the Sexton, self-propelled artillery piece. Scotch, of course, taking his familiar indirect fire role, as he has often done in tournaments from days of yore. Remember, he often used to go the Priest as USF, and here he is going as the Brits and the Sexton, both the same vehicle, just the Brit equivalent.
Well, it's start of a long game, and if Scotch and Nagano want to win this, Going to get 3 games in a row off of what looks like a well-oiled machine with Kimbo and Stuve today. Having a Panther out at this stage of the game is only going to contend with a Sexton and a Cromwell, which isn't really going to cause any problems.
They stopped again in the garrison, that's hilarious. They're pushing them around. Oh, it's firing now. Where's it going to hit? We've got 2 things firing at once. Nice work by the Stukas of Foos. Oh my god, a squad wipe on retreat there. What's this Sexton been hitting?
Sexton, I think, has been going for the tier 4 structure and has nearly got it down.
One more, let's pan down, let's have a look.
No, I don't think it's got the last shot. But it will. The Centaur, by the way, is coming up through the center right now to clear the MG, covering that central VP. Artillery, Sector Artillery, Perimeter Overwatch, in fact, is the name of that ability. Just been called down for Scotch, so any units in enemy territory going to suffer some barrages, and Kimbo needs to be kept.
That Puma's been a beast. What infantry kills does it have? Let's check out its kills. I'm very interested in that.
The Puma?
8 infantry kills. Not bad. Veterancy 2 attained.
We're seeing the Riketten being targeted here, I think. Puma isn't actually safe here against the Centaur.
No. You're going to see that now. It just very quickly saw the 6-pounder. A little bit scared of that. Has it got smoke? No, he hasn't got smoke. Doesn't have any munitions and is taken out. Hero Puma has lost for Kimbo.
Riketten was lucky to get away from the perimeter overwatch there as well. Sneaky Riketten capping here in stealth mode. Got the MG 34 set up behind it.
It has.
You know, Scotch and Nagano are still winning in VPs actually, so...
Here we go. It's going down for good now. 2 Stern Pioneers. He's seen it, Stu. He's had to retreat. And there you go. The Schwer is down. He did get a Panther out, but that's a huge fuel investment. Gone.
That's good, because Stuve already having his commander pick completely removes him from building tier 4 units.
Yeah, but he can still, of course, get the LEFH and the Pack 43, so maybe he'll rely on the defensive structures. Then again, against the Sexton, we've already seen how powerful it can be. He's probably going to be deterred from that.
Sure, we still have a perimeter overwatch coming down.
Stukas firing. Where's its target?
I think
it's in the east. There we go. Tommy's hits quite a bit there. Fuel being maintained thanks to the MG34 of Kimbo. Mad slice.
Centaur, some mine clearance in the centre.
Oh, the IG. Some smoke in the centre for some reason. Coach Grenadiers, watch on as the Cromwell. It's a big shot from the Panther.
Be careful about doing that because you don't want to be feeding that Panther veterancy. This is dangerous. Don't take that centre in there in case you take a snare. What do we reckon to the chances of the allies right now? So we've got barrages being laid down on this side of the map so they can cap the VPs.
Yeah, forced away that MG34 that was watching over there for a long time. MG there deterring the Tommies. They do have eastern control right now. Victory point wise, it's 319 for the Allies, 296 for the Axis. It's getting very close to combat. Must have been a misclick.
What's this here? Oh, okay.
It's a Riketten Vertherman. It's very slow. Big Barry, he struggles to keep up with the others. Oh, there we go. Nice Riketten Verth in against the Centaur, pushing it away. Bit of an engagement in the west there on that victory point. I think the Tommies were forced away. This could cause a triple cap. Another Panther out. It's the Command Panther variant.
I think we've seen a Command Panther in every single game.
Commanther, I like that. You stumbled upon that accidentally then, due to our fatigue. I like it. Oh, we're going to stick with it. The Commanther. Lovely stuff.
Samantha the Commanther.
Oh dear, we don't talk about her. Folks Grenadiers are on the march. They're in great position here. We just hear what a squad died for him. I don't know where that was, but regardless.
Oh, here's that Stuka barrage. Going to be in an awkward place, I think. Lined up across to get the Vickers. No such luck, unfortunately. Command Panther, I think, was going in there to try and grab the Centaur. Centaur, veterancy 2 now.
It is. It's done well, but triple cap now for the Axis of Evil. Kimbo and Stuve from the south. 3 victory points to their name. They are now in a winning position. 296 to 277. Do damn well out of it.
I really like this, by the way. The ISG is much more efficient when, instead of just trying to fire at the units, drop smoke so they can't fire back. It's
one of those great changes to the game that just makes it such a more strategically pleasing affair. Ooh! Oh, very lucky there with the pattern. Good 6-pounder shots. Not much health left on the squad though. He's a little bit fortunate. No. Dexter's firing again. Where's that hitting?
The Sexton, I think, has been trying to take down the.
Oh, there must have been something else.
But at the moment, it's in the centre. You can see that. Oh, Command Panther. Is he going to go for it?
A little poke around, see what he can see.
Yep, you can see it. The special operation flares up. He knows that it's there, unguarded.
There we go. S-mines in the centre note there. I think, you know, the Nazi Germans have a little bit of a bad rap, and rightfully so, but they did put little signs out to tell you when there was a mine. So they weren't all terrible. Here we go, 6 bombs fall from the sky. Here we've got the Sherman Firefly on the hunt, and the great shot there by the Cromwell to take out the Stuka-Zu Fuß. That was far too far up. Oh my god! And was that a mine, I believe? Must have been something.
Well, I think he took a shot from the Command Panther there.
Was that all it was? It seemed to just explode, and maybe my eyes have gone cross-eyed. Regardless, the tank is down. The Command Panther reigns victorious.
That was a very important push. I think the Stuka is one of those that's just been causing so many problems. Without that on the field, it's going to have to be reinvested, I imagine, which is crucial in every 2v2 game that we see. So it's a good way to force a resource spend.
There it is. Again, the Sexton's firing. Building the Pack 43. Now that is brave. Oh, the AVRE is out with that big spigot mortar ready to fire. It's going to obliterate squads for days.
This is going to be really good on the VPs here, because there are some real channeled VP areas, especially in the centre. And with high armour like that, it's easy to be able to roll in. Could we see the first shot of the game coming up now? Bolt's going to do is trying to lay more minefields.
Oh, close.
A lot of mines blew up then.
They did. That was wonderful. So the AVRE, standing for Armoured Vehicle Royal Engineers. It's just such a strange acronym. Much like the PIAT being Projector Infantry Anti-Tank. I see this thing on my head. You may call it a headset. I call it a Matty Talk Listeny Boy.
I don't know if anyone really refers to themselves like that. It's like Scotsman with sword and shield and kilt. Why does that need to be...
We're getting a bit forced away. First Grenadiers watch on. Centaurs looking for its prey. Actually 2 there. First Grenadiers won't last long unless the Panther comes to help them out.
That Panther's got a big game ahead of it, but it won't be able to get very far because, of course, the sight there given from the infantry units allows the 6-pounder AT gun to fire such a long distance. The Panther is rendered useless on that side of the river for now. He's going again. Is he going to enemy territory again?
He's been very brave this game. He's showing his rear though now to a 6-pounder. Doesn't want to do that. He's corral the infantry, but it's probably not a brave idea. S-mines going to detonate. There's a little patch there. Throws a little sticky grenade. AVRE. Could be big.
Is this friendly fire? just it being there and not firing is enough to make units retreat.
Imagine if we were fighting and I pick you up and like to stop the AVRE firing at me. Yeah. That's what they look like, you know. Quick, get next to the Brits. They won't fire on their own.
Take hostages.
Indeed. Operation Human Shield in full effect there. Here's the Centaur. And the Brits have regained a lot of the map now thanks to these huge anti-infantry vehicles. Panthers on the hunt. Oh, and allowing the Stuka-Zu Fuß to get some great shots in. 2 decrews with 1 volley. Panther could carry on its assault now. It's definitely going to try and destroy this vehicle. The AVRE could take out the Panther. This could be big. Will it get it? No damaged engine though. Should be safe. He's lingering. What's he thinking?
I think it's going to require some kind of snare.
Yeah,
to happen. Let's have a little look in the centre though. There is a Sherman Firefly. That is a low health Panther. We've also got the the concentrated barrage from the Brits. That's going down currently into the outer base of the Axis. Stuve has just brought on a vehicle there.
Entire squad. Here comes the Panzer IV Alf J medium. So getting the pinnacle mount immediately, and it's going to launch itself into battle because the Axis ascendancy is now a thing of the past.
Just look at the look at the artillery, the carnage. You got airburst coming down. You got the base artillery from the Brits. Scotch firing with his as well.
These trucks don't stand a chance.
No, but I mean, this is the idea of this map, really, is to really just get all of those tier structures down this way. You almost can't let your opponent on the other side of the map to figure out where they are. Otherwise, you're putting yourself forward for this to happen. Oh, this is a difficult retreat.
Very difficult.
Go on, press it. Press it, Scotch.
Should be okay though, as long as they move west, but they don't. They can't see all the flags. I believe you only get to see one.
No, I think the mine's eating it. Oh, go on. Any second now.
Oh, so close to the patch there. You can just see the little S-mines planted. Incendiary grenade thrown. A little bit of health damage. Really necessitate a full retreat, one would assume. But they've got the victory points for now. Triple cap engaged. 210 to 202. But what a great game we've seen down. This has had a true tit-for-tat ebb and flow, to and fro style to it. It's been all over the place. Both factions, or teams rather, have traded places and exchanged stern words with one another in turn. And we've seen the battle lines go from blue to red many a time.
Well, in the first game, we had this comeback from Stuve and Kimbo. It was actually Nagano that was playing, Nagano and Scotch that were playing very, very well. Stuve and Kimbo came back. We might get to see the same thing here, and it would be kind of with the similar loadout as well with the Brits.
Here comes the Command Panther. It's on the hunt. So target choice. It decides against it. Kimbo playing the odds wisely there. Doesn't want to go silly, especially when there's a Firefly in the build for Nagano. Oh, Aviori through the smoke perhaps. Focus grenades might not know what's going to hit them.
Oh,
Spigot round launched.
Wiped veterancy, wiped everything, and suddenly that ISG smoke doesn't seem so beneficial for capping the VPs anymore. Might want to stop doing that because that's not helping anyone.
Not anymore, it's not. It's more of a setup for the Aviori. The Sturmtiger is the same as the Aviori. You do, in top level play, you do need a shield to shoot from behind, because you need to disguise the shot, because otherwise it'll just be dodged quite easily. And that was a perfect showing of that. By 5 versus Command Panther. Yes. Tale as old as time. Beauty and the Beast.
Let's have a look on the sides at the moment. We've got Scotch trying to lock down this position against the infantry. We actually have bunkers from Stuve protecting the fuel.
Good bunker position as well. I like it in the corner, quite protected. That's a difficult one to take out. You're going to have to put your tank in a difficult predicament to destroy it. Here comes the Firefly. Rear armour. Oh, just about a frontal armour, that one. For those that don't know, tanks are of a bilinear kind of standing. They're either front or back. They don't have sides in Company Heroes. Ooh, Firefly versus Panther. Who's going to go for attack ground, pan down? Let's have a look. Oh, Tulips nearly take him out.
Don't say never yet, because there is another Sherman Firefly. And oh!
That was a doozy. That Command Panther's a lucky boy.
Well, you know what? The Allies are showing that they can pull these kind of moves off. They just keep creating the opportunities. This is bad!
Oh, that is horrendously bad. Kimbo Mudslice loses 2 squads in the blink of an eye.
Oh, not paying attention. He knows the Aviary is around that area. This game's starting to get intense now. Could we see the first win from Nagano and Scotch? I'm getting pumped up now.
Oh, yes. Here we go. The Stuka Zufus is ready. Focus Grenadier is desperately capping because they were temporarily triple capped down. It's 153 to 202. Any team's game to win, but right now you've got to look at Kimber Mudslice's army values. He's only got the 2 Focus Grenadiers left. Not much capping potential. Rakettenwerfer hits.
Oh, Panther 4 is constantly under pressure from the 80 gun on the other side of the river. Here comes the Stuka. Fortunately placed, I think.
Just trying to keep the victory point. That's how desperate it's getting. They can't afford to keep ceding those points.
Triple cap here would be wonderful for that last 150 VPs coming into this game. The Axis are pretty much penned back into their base. I think you're seeing the effects of losing that Stuka early on, because Kimbo's had to invest so much fuel into it. He hasn't really got anything else to play with.
Stuka's hitting the trees! Kimbo's a madman.
9,000 IQ.
Well, some people just don't like trees.
We famously see Von Ivan doing this as well.
Oh, Aviary could hit the Panther. Maybe not. It's too telegraphed that there. Not going to hit for a million years. Triple cap still. 0.75 ticks per second. Blitz Grenadiers march on, forcing away the 6-pounder. Oh god,
Not
could be Stu's turn to be obliterated. Oh, he sees it a little bit sooner. And there you go. That's what somebody that isn't brain AFK looks like.
Kimbo.exe
stopped working.
It's not responsive.
95 victory points remain. Could we be heading to a game 4? Firefly with a great shot there. Command Panther launches himself in. Centaur recoils away. Ooh, they put the other Fireflies ready. Gets a nice shot in.
Yeah, this is a good movement from Nagano. He's bringing in the Churchill as soon as this happens. Raketten's ready, but if that Raketten takes a shot, might be a good opportunity to use the AVRE. I think it's in good time. There it
goes. Great
opportunity.
Rakettenwerfer now a thing of the past.
The Rakettenwerfer, I think, is rendered useless by this unit because you can't even get the retreat, I think, quick enough. You know, it's not consistent that you'll always get away.
AVREs, Fireflies, Centaurs, oh my, so difficult to counter. OKW are brutalized here.
Just goes to show, I mean, you can be having the worst game imaginable.
Can be.
Still find a way back in.
Look at that Firefly. I believe it just got the kill, did it? No, it didn't.
No, it didn't. Should be able to get tulips on here, surely.
Maybe. Doesn't have the munitions, unfortunately. It's pushed away. Oh no, it's time down the field on the Panthers anyway. Firefly is taken out of control. Is this a last gasp effort from Stuve and Kimbo? Can they save this one from the brink of defeat and take it out of Goalpath 2's clutches of victory? Panthers on low health. Here comes the Firefly.
They've got to get, surely they've got to get tulips off here. There it is. Oh, there's the stun. They've got to finish it up though. They can't just leave it there like that. Long shots across the river. They've got the sight range for another big shot. There it is.
That was a good one. 14 victory points remain. Foch Grenadiers desperately capping. Where's the next capping unit coming from? Can they get anything in any of those capping circles down? No, they cannot. Game 3 goes to Goalpath 2.
Victory is ours.
Welcome back, everyone. An amazing Game 3 in this series, and the 3-0 that we thought could happen from Kimbo and Stuve in the grand finals has now been rejected by Nagano and Scotch.
And in Warsaw right now, they're putting away the streamers.
Oh,
they were going to give him a full tour, like an open top bus.
Flags away. And
that's it, you know. Polska strong, and it's been delayed. And here's this tale of the tape and the stats that show you a little bit of the numbers behind what we just saw. There you go. Who's the MVP unit for the player we have selected? That'll be on personal on the left tab. Ah, there we go. It is for Nagano. He had the infantry section. And then we've got Scotch, 6-pounder, not bad. Stu, Foch Grenadiers, 52 kills, 2 squads wiped. And then there you go. There's the Kimbo Panther. That was so potent.
Yeah, he uses the Command Panther well. We see the Command Panther so frequently.
It's been every game, hasn't it?
Every single